Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of The Americas, our fictional league here in Out of the Park Baseball 23. It is September 1st in our second season, and I guess my San Jose North Stars are 73 and 61, and in first place in the Rocky Mountain Division, a 7.5 game lead over Denver. Phoenix and Las Vegas are 14 back. We're going to sim through the last month. We'll see who's in the postseason. We'll take a look at the teams that make the playoffs, and then at the end of the season, we'll go through and we'll do a recap of all of the teams' stats, and then we'll get to the offseason. So, yeah, we are 73 and 61, and for us, we're the best defensive team in the league, and we're in the middle of the pack and everything else. Fourth, fifth. You can see most of our offensive categories: third, fourth, fifth. Pitching hasn't been great. We're kind of towards the bottom in terms of pitching. But all in all, we're getting it done. We're getting it done somehow. So we are currently taking on Phoenix for 3 games on the road. So we got 5 division games here between Phoenix and Las Vegas. We win 9-8. Villegas, 3 for 5 with 4 RBIs. Gilliam, who's played really, really well this year in limited playing time, at least putting up a good stick. And then Kevin Price, one of my favorite players in any fictional league I've ever done because of that glove, has over 20 home runs on the year. It's nice to see. Bullpen does a nice job over the last 5, and we win 9-8. Game 2 against Phoenix is 6-2 loss. Game 3 is a 5-2 loss. Now we're at home against Las Vegas for a couple, and we lose our starting catcher for 5 weeks. That's not a good thing. Should have him back for the postseason, hopefully. Do we have another catcher that we can call up? Israel Encalada is a catcher, and he's good defensively, so that works for me. We'll slide McRae in. Make sure that Encalada, is in there as a first baseman, or as a catcher, rather. We'll get him a start like once a week. Every 6th game here. So we win this game 4-0. We get 2 RBIs from Soto. Mejia, 2 hits and an RBI. Heath Brace continues to pitch great for us, our 23-year-old stud starting pitcher. 15th overall pick. Is on pace for a 15-win season at age 23. Game 2 against Las Vegas is a 5-4 win, so we win both games at home. Score 4 in the 4th to take a 5-1 lead and hang on. Villegas with another home run. Caballero proves to 6-5, and we win again. Edmonton now, 5-2 win. Sanzo 2 for 3. Sanzo was our big free agent signing this past offseason. Huge contract, 33, 35, 38, 36, 33. And we're going to have, depending on our owner, we're going to have some stuff that that we need to do come the end of the season, because fans are coming out in droves. You can see we're averaging 30,000 fans per game. Our revenue per game is up 55%, but we have no money because our owner is a bit of a tool bag. He's controlling and meddling. So he's controlling my scouting and development budgets, and he's not giving us a lot of money. So it is what it is, but we will persevere, as they say. Game 2 against Edmonton, a 14-4 win. Offense comes to play here today. Soto 2 for 4, 4 RBIs, 4 for 4 for McMahon. Gilliam 3 for 5. Price has a couple of hits. Mejia and Gilliam both homer. And Nuffer, Sean Nuffer, we picked him up in a trade earlier this season. It's been pretty good, 6-5 with a 4.02 ERA with us. Final game of this, or I guess second to final game against Edmonton. It's a 10-4 loss. Oh no, lose Heath Brace for the rest of the season. That's a problem. That is an issue. We lose our ace, and we lose our starting catcher. So Brace is going to end the season 13-5. The 2.90 ERA is out with an oblique strain. That's no good. Hopefully, we should be able to hold on and win the division. I mean, we're 7 games up on Denver with like 25 games left or something. There we go. one game into September, so we should be able to hold on even without Brace, but it's going to make it hard to go much further. Soto hits his 27th. McRae hits his 3rd. Caballero goes 6 shutout. The game against Kansas City is an 8-4 win. This is a bad Generals team. Sanzo 3 for 4 with 2 runs knocked in. Gilliam a couple hits, couple RBIs. Price hits his 23rd home run of the season. And we just keep winning. Another win, 10-2. 6 RBIs for Mejia, having a really solid second season. A contract number goes up to about 5.5 next season, but I'm hoping to have some money to cover that. So now we go to Omaha, one of the best teams in the league. I think we're probably going to get trucked here in this series. We lose the first 2, win the third one. Soto, a couple of hits, couple RBIs. Same thing with Villegas and Sanzo. Caballero with another win. Split the series? We did. Wow, we split the series in Omaha. You can see the Omaha Fire 91-59, and we split the series on the road. We score 3 in the 8th and 9th to take the win. Price with another home run. Villegas hits his 8th. He's so good when he's healthy. He's going to put up 5.5 WAR in 108 games, or roughly 108 games, assuming he also doesn't get hurt here down the stretch. Winnipeg is another win, 10-2. Sanzo 3 for 4, couple of RBIs. Gilliam a couple of RBIs. Gilliam, Hunt, and Sanzo homer. Soto with another win. We clinched. We got to be close to clinching, right? We'll take a look at the standings real quick. So the Boston Navigators, first place in the Northeast Division. The 1-game lead over the Quebec Nordiques. The Toronto Clowns are 6.5 back in the Gulf Division. Dallas Silverhawks continue to be the best team in the West. Bulldogs make the postseason as a wild card, and in the Border Division, Leon has a 9.5 game lead over Juarez. And in the East, I can see the other way around. I'm sorry. This is the West. Yes, San Francisco 93-56 best record in the league. We lead the Rocky Mountain Division by 9.5, and Omaha leads by 8. So these races are all pretty much decided. It's going to come down to this last playoff spot here, I think, between Denver and Winnipeg. And it looks like our wild cards in the West, or in the East, are established as well. It looks like it's going to be Quebec. The Nordiques. Let's finish the series against Winnipeg, a 3-1 win. Sanzo, a couple of hits and an RBI, a double. Nuffer pitches 7 strong. We lose there. Great. Now Argules is out for the year with a fractured finger, so he is now done. Initially was a 6-week injury. Now it's a season-long injury. So 3 on the road in Vancouver. 10-6 loss. 3-2 win against the 64-91 Vancouver Saints. A couple of hits for Sanzo. A couple of RBIs for Price. Cameron gets hurt, so we're going to be down another starting pitcher here as we go to the postseason. He hasn't been particularly good, but we're running out of options. So, final game of the series in Vancouver is an 8-5 win. Villegas, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. Guzman drives in 3. Soto improves to 7-1. This is a 7-1 pitcher, I guess. Okay, I mean, I'm not going to argue with it. So 3 on the road at Denver, followed by 3 at home against San Francisco to end the season. There's a loss. Soto is out. Soto is out for 4 weeks now. Of course he is. So we're down one of our best hitters. We're down our ace, and we're down our starting catcher as we move into the postseason. Because of course, stick Hunter McLean in there because he's good defensively. I think we've clinched, right? Yeah, we've clinched the division. And Cameron is now out for 2 months. So look at all those injuries right at the end of the season. Typical out-of-the-park baseball nonsense. I guess it doesn't really matter. Call up the 21-year-old Alex Lopez. Viejo will move into the rotation, I suppose. So we win a game there, 3-1. Hunt 3 hits. Viejo goes 6. Last game of September, 1 game in October. It's a 9-5 win. 5 RBIs for McRae. 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. Neil Rudman, one of our young players. We call him up. Picks up a 2-run single. Soto gets the win. Well, that's a little, not disconcerting, but that was one of our top prospects. His ratings dropped a little bit. Rozema was somebody we drafted this past season. I like the bullpen arm. McLean gets better, and Heath Brace continues to get better as well. So we got 1 game left, and then we'll take a look at the teams that make the postseason, and then we will take so we will finish 90 and 72. I'll take it. I will take it. McMahon 3 for 3, couple of RBIs. Nuffer picks up the win. When we finish the season 90 and 72, we'll take a look at our stats, and then we'll look at the other teams that made the postseason. So let's get to the playoffs. Yep. So we have a 20. Okay, so we're at the playoffs. We're gonna be taking on Denver. So let's look at the teams that made the postseason. So the Juarez Royals, 83 and 79, make the wild card. Offensively, they are led by Dylan Youngman, 281, 22 home runs, 65 RBIs. Brendan Myers, their big power hitter. Brooks Kleitz, 15 and 15, is their quote-unquote ace. They'll be taking on the New Orleans Bulldogs, who went 91 and 71 as the other wild card. Again, another team similar to us, just sort of not great at anything, but good enough at everything to make a postseason rush. 320 home run hitters, Humberto Aranga, Dan Everett, and Julian Arguello all hit over 20 home runs on the season. Their ace, Cesar Juarez. Glaze, 49 saves for the Bulldogs. So that is one matchup in the wild card out east. The other is the Toronto Clowns. Wow, they got past Quebec in game 163. So Quebec caved down the stretch, and the Clowns passed them up on the final game of the season. They finish a half game behind the Navigators, so they will play in the wild card. Toby Smith, obviously their big bat, 304, 49 home runs, 134 RBIs. Look at those 2 seasons for the 28-year-old, and he's not a free agent for nearly a decade as they signed him long-term. He's a monster. Offensively, Chris Young, 18 and 7. Freddie Paz is probably their best pitcher, though, at 12 and 11. And the Clowns will take on their division rival, the Boston Navigators, who finish 83 and 79. Really good pitching staff. Offense kind of meh. Only 1 hitter with more than 20 home runs, Javier Bernal. You would think Kevin Dinger would be a home run hitter, but alas, he is not. Pitching really good. Look at those 3 pitchers. Jose Ruiz, Edwin Doolin, and Danny Pies. Accounted for 42 victories for them this season. So those are your Eastern Conference wild cards. The Leon Beacons finished 95 and 67, have another really solid season for them. And for them, it's all about the offense as they play super high above sea level, so just crazy offensive numbers. Ian Crenshaw, 51 home runs, hit 352. That's an 1161 OPS and a 220 OPS plus for the 25-year-old Crenshaw. Holy crap. Kyle Wilcox hit 32 home runs. Gonzalez hit 36. Every single member of their lineup, of their starting lineup, hit at least 14 home runs, and they had 7 20 home run hitters. This team mashes. Dallas Silverhawks finished as the only 100-game winner in the league this year. They finish off another really good season. Best offense, best pitching staff. Only 8th in home runs, but they get the job done offensively. As, look at they don't have a great offense, but they were first in runs scored. That's crazy. Luis Zuniga is their ace. 30-year-old, 17 and 6. So that is the Eastern Conference. In the West, you got the Privateers at 84 and 78. Ernie Byers led the way for them offensively, now 38 years old. Average down a bit. Everything down a bit as he's getting up there in age. Henry York and Bobby Ramos, I guess, are their main pitchers. Privateers will be facing the team that spent the most money in the offseason, the Flint Arrows, who finished 88-74. They signed Bill East, who ended up going 16-12 with a 3.55. Not nearly as good as he was in New Orleans, but still quite good. He's just signed to an expensive contract. And then offensively, they brought in Walt Boynton, who was ridiculous. 63 home runs, 129 RBIs, 9.6 WAR for the 29-year-old Boynton. That's a good ball player right there. And the other wild card race is the Denver Wreckers, and we'll look at us last. We're going to be taking on the Denver Wreckers. Pretty good bullpen, but they're similar to us in that not great at anything, but pretty good at everything. Luis Tovar, their big bat, 304, 33 home runs, 96 RBIs. Matthew Wright, looks like a pretty darn good pitcher at age 29. Will get the opening day start. 14 wins last year, 16 wins this year. The other two teams, the San Francisco Tritons, finished 101 and 61. They actually finished with the best record in the league. One game better than San Francisco. Second best offense, best pitching staff. They have a 20-game winner in Ben McDaniel. 20-4 on the season, 246 Ks, 236 innings. Offensively, their top five, pretty damn good, all of which had at least 70 runs knocked in. And the other division winner, the Omaha Fire, at 96-66. So we got to play the wild card because we were the worst of the three division winners. Omaha best offense, second best pitching staff. Mike Morey and Gus Yamas, both MASH, along with Sal Garcia, three players with at least 100 runs knocked in. Two 17-game winners, Josh Mumford, Daniel Clark. And then last but certainly not least, your San Jose North Stars. Third in runs scored, eighth in runs against. We finished 90-72 because our division was really bad. I fully anticipate that we're going to get steamrolled if we make it out of the wild card. But you know what you're getting out of the North Stars. At least I think you do. Decent offense. Villegas, Sanzo, Mejia. Not having Soto's obviously going to hurt. Our pitching staff is going to struggle without Heath Brace out there. But we have a pretty good bullpen led by Chad Adams, Austin Road, and Franklin Vazquez. So we need to set our roster now. So do I have anybody who's eligible for the postseason roster who's not actually on it? Osorio, and I think we need a pitcher. So if we go to pitching, who comes out? So Vallejo. So we're going to go Trogdon, Nuffer, Soto, Caballero, I guess. I guess we'll actually, let's take Caballero out as well and go with a three-man for the wild card. And we're going to bring Adams in as a stopper. We're going to have Austin Rhodes backup role a closer. And we're going to have all of these guys high leverage. He'll be specialist. He'll be long relief. And he'll be long relief as well. So, all right. So McLean, we're going to leave him in the two-hole. Yeah, we're going to leave the lineup the way it is. And we're going to get to the postseason. So, yeah, when the season is over, we'll take a look at all the teams that didn't make the playoffs, and we will continue on. So, game number one will be Matthew Wright, 16-12, 3.95 against Kenny Trogdon, 13-13. Goes to the North Stars. We win 8-4 in game one. Angelo Sanzo, 3 for 5, 3 RBIs. Troy Gilliam, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. Villegas, couple of hits, couple of runs knocked in. Trogdon goes 6. Vazquez and Adams come in and do their job. We win game number one. And now is where it gets hairy as we go to the rest of our pitching rotation. Ernesto Flores against Antonio Soto. And we win. We win the series 2-0. That's nice to see. So we win this game 5-3. Ken Sincata with a pinch hit 2-run home run in the 8th to break a 3-3 tie and give us the victory. Adams pitches 3 1/3 innings of shutout ball in the 2 games to give us the wild card victory. Let's go. Who are we going to be taking on? Omaha. The Omaha Fire in the next round of the playoffs. So it's going to be Sean Nuffer against Josh Mumford. They were 9-5 against us this season. I anticipate this is going to be a quick series for the Fire. But we take a 1-0 lead as we win game 1 5-4. They scored 4 in the first. We were down 4-0 before we could even blink an eye. But we battle back. We had a home run from McMahon in the second and a 2-run home run from Guzman in the eighth to take the lead. And we win the game. We win game 1 against the 96-win Omaha Fire, the defending champions. Game 2, Kenny Trogdon, Daniel Clark goes to the North Stars. We win again, 2-1. McLean 3 hits. McMahon with a 2-run home run in the eighth. Another come-from-behind victory for your North Stars. Did Trogdon get hurt? No, he didn't. Another come-from-behind victory for your North Stars as we take a 2-0 series lead. We win both games in Omaha. We now just need to win one of the next 3 to advance to the Eastern Conference. To advance to the Eastern Conference Championship Series. Yeah, excuse me. So Game 3, Shane White against Antonio Soto goes to Omaha as they win 8-7. We come from behind again, almost complete an 8-0 comeback. Or excuse me, we're down 7-0 going into the 7th. We scored 5 in the 7th to get within a pair. They would score a run. We'd score 2 in the 8th, but that's as close as we would get. So we lose Game 3 by the score 2-1. Gilliam with a good game. Pitching staff not particularly good, but that's what I've come to expect. Brian Worth against Sean Nuffer in Game 4. Series is tied at 2. We get absolutely smoked. In Game 4, we score first for the first time and then lose and then give up 8 consecutive runs. Nuffer gives up 6 and 3 1/3. So Kenny Trogdon is going to be going in Game 5 for us. It's the guy we want out there. I mean, it's the only good starter we have. So Kenny Trogdon against Josh Mumford here in Game 5 of the Division Series. Do we blow a 2-0 series lead, or do we upset the defending champion Omaha Fire? Let's see. We win the series 3-2 and upset the defending champion Omaha Fire. Kenny Trogdon getting the job done, going 7 1/3 innings, giving up just 2 runs. Villegas goes 3 for 4 with a home run. McLean, it's .462 in the series and is named the Eastern Conference Division Series MVP. And we advance once again. I don't know who we're taking on yet in the League Championship Series. The San Francisco Tritons. No surprise there. We were 9-6 against the Tritons this season, surprisingly. So Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Championship goes to the San Jose North Stars. We win 9-5. This improbable run continues for the North Stars. Angelo Sanzo, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. Price, 2 hits with a home run. Soto gets knocked out, but the bullpen does their job. Game 2, Sean Nuffer against Danny Espinoza is another San Jose victory. We win 4-3 in this one. Villegas with a home run. Mejia with a couple of hits. Guzman with a home run. We get home runs from Guzman, McMahon, Villegas, and Mejia. Nuffer goes 7. Adams and Rode close it down. And we, just like in the last series, take the first 2 games on the road against a team that is better than us. Game 3, David Molina against Kenny Trogdon at home. Can we take a commanding 3-0 series lead against the best regular season team in the league this year, the San Francisco Tritons? We do. So battle for the Bay here. San Jose and San Francisco right now going the way of the North Stars. We win 3-1. Price and Sanzo each homer. Kenny Trogdon 7 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run. And we look for the sweep with Antonio Soto on the mound here in Game 4 against David Molina. And we get it. We complete the sweep of the San Francisco Titans. We win Game 4 by the score of 10-3. McLean with a couple of hits. Mejia 3 hits and an RBI. McRae goes 3 for 4 with 4 runs knocked in. Soto gives us 5 innings of 1-run baseball. And we are World Series bound here. And we get Guillermo Soto back. Let's go. So let's go to the playoff roster. Let's take out Osorio. Let's put Soto back in and make him our second baseman. Although I feel bad. I mean, McLean is hit really well here in the postseason. McLean's hitting .356 in the postseason, so I feel really bad taking him out, but it's the right call. Who are we going to be playing? We're going to be rested, if nothing else. That 4-game sweep was nice. Dallas. No surprise there. Heath Brace is done for the year. That's fine. So we're going to be taking on the Dallas Silverhawks in the final series, World Series. I got to turn on interleague play. We didn't play them at all. Game 1, Kenny Trogdon against Luis Zuniga. Goes to the Silverhawks. They beat us 9-5. I was hoping we could get out early again. We scored 4 in the top of the first, but they would then score 9 of the last 10 runs and take a 1-0 lead. Trogdon doesn't make it through 6. So we're down 1-0. Game 2, Sean Nuffer against Mike Zimmerman is tied at 1 as Nuffer with another solid start for us. Soto is back. Goes 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Guzman 2 for 3, 2 RBIs. Nuffer gives us 6 1/3. So we take home field advantage away from Dallas by winning 1 of 2 on the road. Christian Anderson against Antonio Soto, Game 3 in San Jose. Goes to the Silverhawks 10-5. For us, we get a 3-run home run from Guzman. Sanzo has 3 hits. Soto has 2. Worthington 3 for 5 with 5 runs knocked in. Soto doesn't make it out of 5. So they take home field advantage back. We got Kenny Trogdon on the mound for Game 4 against Ismael Fernandez. Series is tied at 2. So we pick up the win. Trogdon goes 4. Bullpen does really solid work for 5 innings. We get home runs from Price, Sanzo, and Soto. Series is tied at 2. Game 5 in San Jose. I would love to take this game, so we only have to win 1 out of 2 in Dallas. Zuniga against Nuffer goes to the Silverhawks. They beat us 4-1. Soto with another home run, so he came back and is hitting the ball quite well. Nuffer doesn't make it out of 4. So we got to win 2 games in Dallas to take the World Series, and we got Antonio Soto on the mound, 1-2 with an 8.85 ERA here in the postseason going in Game 6. If we can win this, we have Trogdon going tomorrow. Let's see what happens here in Game 6. We lose the series 4-2. We lose the game 3-1. We give up 2 runs in the 7th inning to lose the game. So, all in all, a pretty successful season. We came within 2 wins of winning the World Series in just our 2nd year. The World Series goes to the Dallas Silverhawks here in year number 2. Let's just sim to the end. That was quite a run by your San Jose North Stars. We got a new budget. It's $85 million, so we still have no money. I think I'm going to do something about the owner. Somebody had mentioned to me that they thought I should change the owner, and I think what we'll do is we will randomize his attributes and see what we get, and I'll just kind of get stuck with what I get stuck with. I don't want to default to giving myself somebody who's, super flexible with the money and stuff, but I feel like going with somebody who maybe is either a little more flexible with the purse strings or is at least not nitpicky and allows me to set my own budgets. So I think we're going to change that. But we're in the offseason, so I'm going to pause real quick, and when we come back, we're going to take a quick run-through of the league. We'll look at the stats, we'll look at the league leaders, and we will get to the offseason. I will be right back. All right, guys, we're back. So let's see what we can do about let me save this first in case the game crashes. A lot of times it crashes when you try to screw with this stuff. So I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to go, come on. Then I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to click there, and I am going to go here. All right. So he is our owner. So what do we have? We got personable. We got 5 options. I want to pick up my phone, and I am going to go to a randomizer, random 1 through 5, and I am going to generate. That says 1 through 10, not 1 through 5. And we get 1. So we get personable right off the bat. positive relation. We get... actually, is this where I want to be looking? Where can I... I don't think I can... Can I even change? Oh, it's here. Okay, right. This is what I need to be doing. This is what I need to be. So 1 through 10. 1 through 10. I get a 6 here. So we get 6 for patience. Owner spending. We get a 9. Yay! Owner involvement. Change that 1 through 4. We get a 2. And owner priority 1 through 5. We get a 3. All right. So those are our new owners. Those are our owners' new ratings. He's patient. He's willing to spend. His involvement is what it is, and that is that. So that is our new owner. So that should give him some different traits. Yeah, I would say he's got some different traits. I guess the issue, though, is that we won't be able to do anything with it until we get to until we get to the next until we get to preseason. I don't think those numbers are going to change. I think I probably needed to do that before the season ended. But that's fine. It just means we will move forward with what we have here in the offseason. So that's our new owner. Let's see what happens if we go... Like, I don't want to mess around with this too much. If we go here and then here... And is there some way to just... reset our finances given the new excuse me, given the new attributes of our owner? I don't know. Let's save that. I don't think there is. Go to front office and then accounting. Yeah, I can edit the finances. But I don't think I can just change. I don't think I can just reset the finances for my team. At least I don't believe I can. I think we're just going to have to sort of wait and see what happens. So, all right, that's fine. So let's take a look at the other teams. Again, we probably won't be able to do much in the offseason here this year, but that's okay. So the teams that didn't make the postseason, the Quebec Nordiques, 82 and 81, caved down the stretch. Pretty good pitching staff. Brian Shuford is their ace. Troy Rice, their big bat in the lineup, in the middle of the lineup. And the Buffalo Slayers, pretty good offense, terrible pitching staff. Mario Bueno put up another great season for them. Yeah, Jordan Henderson looks like he could be okay. Not quite there yet, but he looks pretty okay. The Miami Sparks, 86 and 76. Bad offense, below average pitching staff. Phil Lawn, Zachary Hayward are their two big bats. Hayward coming over from Atlanta. Harry Boyette, 32-year-old, 70 movement pitcher, 30 wins in his first 2 seasons. And the Atlanta Seals bringing up the rear. Frank Harrow, 42 home runs. Traded to Atlanta from Boston midway through the season. Not a lot of pitching to speak of down in Atlanta. That's the Northeast and the Gulf. The Chihuahua Dust Devils, 72 and 90. Bill Salazar, 40 home runs. Jonathan Perez, 29 home runs. Skylar Karasek, 26. Pretty good starters ERA, but a bad bullpen. Keith Callahan, 11 wins. Ben Miller, 3.2 ERA. Dolphin Benai, 10 and 9. And the Tijuana Hops finished 71 and 90. Middle of the pack offense, below average pitching staff. Andres Sordo looks to be their ace. They got a young Jesse Carter, though, who doesn't look too bad. Alexis Calderon is their big bat at age 25. Over in the West, the Winnipeg Ghosts, 78 and 84. Don't make the playoffs. Sam Heru is their big bat coming over from Buffalo, 33 and 104. Aaron Garcia loses 20 games. 36-year-old Aaron Garcia between Miami and Winnipeg goes 9 and 20 on the season. The Edmonton War Dogs, 73 and 89. Good pitching staff, bad offense. Mike Florito got off to a decent start and then got hurt. Castillo, yeah, they got a lot of injuries. But a pretty bad offense. Jim Mayer is their best hitter. 24 home runs, 78 RBIs. And the Vancouver Saints bring up the rear. 66 and 96, worst offense in the league. And a significantly below average pitching staff. Felipe Angeles is their best pitcher. And I guess Nick Morrison would be their best bat. 24 home runs, 77. Stephen McLaughlin is up there too. But he can't really hit either. Next, we have the Phoenix Deputies. They finished 77 and 85, tied with the Wings, who had a really good season last year but fell off. Kevin Woodward, 13 wins. Justin Card with 12. Danny Arena had a down season compared to last season, but he's getting up there in age now. 36 years old. Joe Thomas, 24. He looks pretty damn good. Second overall pick in the draft last season. And the Las Vegas Wings bringing up the rear. Jose Sanchez, their best bat at age 30. Bobby Salazar looks like a pretty good pitcher. Toby Klein, only 23 years old. He was 6th round pick in the inaugural draft. And last but not least, Kansas City Generals at 61 and 101, the only 100-loss team in the league. 11th best offense, 12th best pitching staff. That's how you go 61 and 101. Ken Field and Andy Cargill, their best players. So that's that. That's the team stats. You can go back and pause at any team you want to look at. We take a look at the league leaders. Eventually, if I can find it. What am I doing? All right, there we go. I don't know what I was doing. Eastern Conference batting leaders, Ian Crenshaw. He's probably your Eastern Conference MVP with that 51 home runs, 744 slugging, 352 average, 1161 OPS. He was a monster. 220 OPS plus, 479 WOBA. Just absolutely ridiculous. Toby Smith on there a whole lot as well for Toronto. And in your Western Conference league leaders, probably Walt Boynton is your MVP. Wouldn't be a surprise. 10 WAR, 63 home runs, 129 runs knocked in. Finished second in batting, which would have given him the Triple Crown. Mike Morey, 209 hits, 64 doubles for Mike Morey. Wow. Okay. Pitching leaders in the Western Conference. Sal Vaca with Flint leads the way with a 3.03 ERA. Ben McDaniel, the only 20-game winner in the league, leads the league in wins. Innings pitched, strikeouts, WAR. He's most definitely your Cy Young. Kenny Trogdon led the league in Ks per 9. Let's go. And in the Eastern Conference, Chris Young led the way with 18 wins. Harry Boyette, a 2.65 earned run average. Be interesting to see who wins the Cy Young because you had a different ERA leader, WAR leader, win leader, innings pitched winner, strikeouts. So it'll be interesting. Andre Sordo for Tijuana. 291 strikeouts, 93 walks. All right. So those are your leaders in the Americas this season. There is an overview of the teams. And we are going to get to salary arbitration. Okay. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do this. So, 7 years for Brace. You'll probably knock $1 million or so bucks off of a bunch of these. Like that. 5, 10, 14, 17, 22, 23, 24. Sure, let's lock our ace up to a 7-year, $117 million contract. I'm good with that. God, there's a lot of numbers here. I can save a lot of money doing this, that's for sure. So 4.4 for Villegas. So let's offer him 4.2. grand there. Then we got Kevin Price. He wants 3.9. He wants a long-term deal. I'm okay at 5 years. You take that, 3.8, 5.7, 8.5, 10.6. He will. Okay, so that's 5 years, $34 million there. Then we got Danny McMahon, who after all of this, we talked a lot about replacing him last offseason. Did our scout retire? Really? Did our scout friggin' retire? Oh, hell. All right. Scouting director. Ugh. There's nobody who highly favors tools. So we're going to find someone who favors tools. We're going to give him a 1-year contract, Jim Franco. Well, that sucks. But I'm okay offering McMahon. He wants 3, so we'll offer him 2.85. I guess. Guillermo Soto wants 5. Yes, sir. He wants a long-term deal as well. We can go 5 years on him. We take that. 4, 8, 11, 15, 17. Sure. 5 years, $56 million. So lock down all of our important players long-term. McLean, definitely. He's uber critical. Very important to have on our team as a backup and somebody who can fill in when Soto gets hurt. Mejia wants $4 million. So we'll offer him 3.8. 3.85. Sincata. He wasn't particularly good, but he's good defensively and he's young, so sure. 1.7. We should be able to offer him 1.6. 1.625. Yeah, and we aren't going to have any money to spend in the offseason, so our offseason is going to be right now, right? I think McCray is the one piece that we can move on from, so let's see if anybody's interested, and if not, we will just non-tender. I wouldn't mind bringing in a different catcher. I mean, there's some options. I mean, nothing particular. I mean, there's a reliever up here who's really good, but I don't want to give him $9.5 million or whatever. There's Doherty, Ricky Patrone. I mean, we could go after Jack McLean, right? I mean, he's not great, but he gives us a backup catcher without having to spend a ton of money. Now, Encalada, he's a captain, so I'd like to bring him back, even though he's not really any good. But offer him the contract anyway. Argules, we'll sign him. He wants 1.5. Chad Adams, absolutely at 1.1. He was fantastic for us. Let's get these guys locked down. Guzman only wants 950, so we should be able to offer him like 915. And again, the reason I do this, for those of you who maybe haven't watched before, is that if any of these guys are considered popular, even the 1-year contracts, you can get a fan interest bump. So always sign these guys to contracts during arbitration if you want to bring them back. Never let it go to arb. Just sign them to a deal, and that will, and again, you'll get the fan interest bumps. So potentially, I mean, obviously not always, but potentially you get that fan interest bump for these guys, which is obviously important to us. So Austin Road, yep, he wants $3 million. It's fine. I wonder if the budgets will change when we hit free agency. That would be pretty cool if it did. So we get him back at 750, so like 715. Cool. Yeah, and right now I'm penny pinching because I don't know what's going to happen when we get to free agency. So I figure if I can save 20 grand here, 30 grand there, whatever, it's worth it. So Kenny Trogdon only wants $1 million. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Sean Nuffer only wants $1 million. So our pitching staff is still going to be cheap. We still have a lot of young players on their way up, too. And then Matt Cameron, and he wasn't particularly good, but I think we need the depth. And given that we won't have a lot of money to spend, we're going to have to, that depth's all going to have to be internally. So that is everybody. We now offered a contract to everyone. We can let Paulie and Aaron Robinson walk. Let's go ahead and sim up to the awards. Heath Brace is not injured anymore. In fact, all of these guys need to come off here. Let's get up to the great glove, golden glove, whatever you want to call it. So a lot of our guys signed their contracts. Sincota, McMahon, McLean, Mahita, fan reaction increases. They liked that deal. Brace increases. Soto, fan interest increases. Fan reaction slightly. So what does that do to our fan interest? It's up to a 76 now. Okay, well, that's something. It is something. Yeah, so you get those fan interest bumps with all those guys. And now we've locked down our big players, our most important players for the foreseeable future. There's another bump for Rogelio Villegas. So that bumps us up to a 78 now. And we have $3 million for free agency, depending on what happens when we get there. I mean, I may just take that money and dump it back into here because a $1.2 million development budget isn't going to do it for me. We got a new scout, Jim Franco. Whatever. Craig Hunt signs his contracts to the Eastern Conference. Gold Glove winners, you can see them there. And in the Western Conference, did we have anybody? We didn't. So, Rafael Jaruge? Jaruge? You gotta be kidding me, man. Wow. Okay, that's fair. Reliever of the year in the East is Khalil Reddick, 7-8, 2.41. And in the Western Conference, Dustin Davidson wins it for the Tritons. Austin Road finishes second with a 2.07 ERA. Silver Sluggers. So we win a Silver Slugger that year for the first time. In the East, take a look at them there along with their stats. And in the West, just Angelo Sanzo, but 7.8 WAR for Sanzo in his first season with us after 8 with Miami last season. I'll take it. Again, that contract could come back to bite us in a couple of years given that he's 32, but a good first season that saw us finish 2 wins away from a World Series championship. What is going on? What happened? I don't have any players who are designated. Oh, Jack McLean. Right. Oh, right. The catcher I picked up. Let's move him up to the big leagues. Rookie of the year is, in the Eastern Conference, Nick Thomas of the Tijuana Hops, a 343 hitter. And in the West, Juan Barboza of the Tritons. Phoenix had a couple players on that list. Manager of the year. And I win the Manager of the Year, as I should, because I made the World Series. Ernie Jamnik is your Eastern Conference Manager of the Year. And Big Papi is your Manager of the Year in the West. Pitcher of the Year goes to Boyette. Okay. 14-12 with a 2.65 ERA. And no surprise, Ben McDaniel in the West with his 20-4 mark. And your MVPs, Ian Crenshaw and Walt Boynton. No surprise at all. Crenshaw with Leon, just a nutty season, and Boynton with almost 10 WAR. Angelo Sanzo finishes third. So those are your awards. So pretty good showing for San Jose. We win a Silver Slugger. We finished second in the reliever award, third in MVP. We win the Manager of the Year award. All in all, not terrible. Not a terrible showing for your North Stars. All right, so we don't have anybody up for arbitration. So let's get to free agency and see, did our budget change at all? It changed for next season. We have $18 million next season. We could probably bump this up to like 24 now, given the fan interest. So we'll bump that up to 24. I mean, we can't drop. I mean, this has to be like the minimum, which gives us now $2 million to play with in free agency. And that may change once we hit once we hit the preseason, but by that point, I imagine everybody's going to be gone. So we got $2 million. Do we want to do anything with it? Our catching situation is fine. I think Arguelles is our starting catcher with McLean as the backup. I don't really see a lot of changes to our team. Our outfield is fine. Sanzo, Villegas, Guzman with Hunt as the backup and Gilliam as our DH. Price and McMahon on the left, Soto and Mejia on the right. So I think our offense is fine. Obviously, if we can add another pitcher, that would be ideal. I don't know that we're going to be able to do that, but that obviously would be ideal. So I guess let's take a look. I guess first, I don't want to look at my scouting reports because I just don't trust this new scout anymore. I don't trust this new scout at all, so we'll just sort of see how it goes. But let's go back to the offseason. What do we got for pitchers? Default. So anybody that we can bring in for around $2 million. Obviously, you got a couple of starting pitchers here. Bill Sid only wants $5 million. I mean, he would be a decent addition to our pitching staff. Obviously, you'd like to bring in Zuniga, but that's not likely to happen given his contract demands. Mike Blanco, 9-11 a year ago with New Orleans. Craig Callahan, 6-7 with Tijuana. I don't mind Blanco. Rich Collin. He was really bad last year with San Francisco. The veteran Chris Davis. Edwin Doolin. He wants $5 million. I like the control. Ground ball pitcher. Can we bring it? Can we get him for a year for $2 million? Oh, I need to shut off commissioner mode, don't I? Yes, I do. Will he take $2 million? No. Didn't think so. Ernesto Flynn, he wants $14 million. Haviland was okay, but he's fragile. I mean, all these guys are not particularly good, but again, it's just about adding. Ooh, John Ledford looks pretty good. He wants $11 million. International pitcher. I mean, let's get a scouting report on him. 3 weeks? Come on. Mike Meadows. No. And Ben Williams is the only other. So I think it's going to come down to Shan Tang Lu and where was the other guy? Bill Sid? I don't think. Yeah, he's not going to be interested in $2 million contract either. So let's sim ahead. We're not going to have any Hall of Fame, obviously. Scouting report on him yet? 2 weeks. All right, let's go ahead a week. Let's go ahead a week. 4 days. All right, let's get up to the winter meetings. All right, so 45, 45, 45. I mean, this is what he is. He's an average pitcher. But average pitcher is fine given our team. Back end of the rotation, sure. Let's offer him a contract. Be a major league deal, but it will be like $9.55. All right, cool. We'll offer him that. Anybody on the trade block that we would have any interest in? I mean, I'm sure there are players on here, but can we afford them is the question. David Seiler. $9.5 million. Bobby Salazar's making $18 million. Looking for a starting pitcher that isn't making a lot of money. Bobby Ramos. No, Jeremy Smith. I kind of like the idea of a Jeremy Smith. He's 33 years old. So they want one of our better players. So I don't want to do that, but I can probably... San Jose can't afford it. Okay. Let's get this over. Yep. All right, we're there. Quinn Carlson, 22 years old. No, I don't think he's ever going to be all that good, but I'm not. I think we give up Soto. Yeah, I think we give up Soto. We get them to retain the whole thing. They will. Okay. So we can send them Gagnon and Soto for Jeremy Smith. Can we add another, like, bullpen arm? Do you have, like, a bullpen arm that you want to give me? This guy's listed as a reliever. Yeah, I don't want to give up any of those players. Cuevas, no. I don't know. I mean, maybe Outhouse. So if we put Outhouse in there, Gant. We could give up a Dario, which I don't really want to do. Arroyo, I don't want to do. Caballero, I don't want to do. McLean, McMahon. Yeah, I don't want to give up any of these guys. Tony Sandoval. It's the number 53 prospect. He's 23 years old. I think we need to get a scouting report on him because that, if his movement is a 40, this is a good pitcher. This is not. So I'm not crazy about that idea, but I feel like I can make this work. Caballero I want to hold on to. Although, that being said, Outhouse is better than Caballero. Better stamina, 3 good pitches. He's a ground ball pitcher. So is Caballero. He's the number 84 prospect in baseball. I don't pay much attention to that right now, given how new into this we are. But Hector Herrera? Okay, so that changes things. So that changes things. We can make this happen now. All right, so now you want Carlson? Sure. So we'll send Ryan Gagnon. Can we get Gant out of there? Yep, it's good. We can get Gant out of there. Okay. So Gagnon, Soto, Herrera, and Carlson for Jeremy Smith and Steve Outhouse. So that improves our pitching staff. So let's go ahead and make that deal. So we pick up a couple of new pitchers for our rotation. Outhouse will likely be a reliever, but can move into the starting rotation if we need him to. Let's go ahead and sim to the end of the winter meetings. We'll take a look at the signings here in a minute. So Lou got a better offer from Phoenix. All right, I think we should have a little bit of money to kind of play around with here and negotiate. We'll offer him 1-1. And that'll be it. If he doesn't take 1-1, we will just move on. Let's get to the Rule 5, and then I'll take a look at the signings that have happened. So we are at the Rule 5. Let's take a look at the Offseason Center. Not a lot happening so far. So only big deals. Oliver Borey goes from Juarez to Quebec. The 31-year-old shortstop. 8 home runs, 45 RBIs a year ago in 89 games. Put up almost 8 WAR in his first season with Juarez. So Oliver Borey, a big signing for the Nordiques. $25 million, and then an opt-out, then 3 years at 23. And Luis Zuniga signs with the division rival Phoenix Deputies. So this man is a mercenary. Kansas City in year 1, Dallas in year 2, Phoenix in year 3, but this is a long-term contract. He's put up 11 WAR in 2 seasons. He signs a 6-year, $177 million deal with the Deputies, so that'll take him till his age 36 season. I'm not sure how smart giving 6 years and $177 million to a 30-year-old pitcher is, but we will see. Wally Flores also signs with Quebec. He's been with San Francisco his first 2 seasons. Had a good first year, 26 home runs, but he's now 36 years old. So that's been it in terms of signings so far. Let's make sure everybody that needs to be on the Rule 5 is. My assumption is that, no, we got to put Gant on there, okay. Yep, put Gant on the 40-man. Is there anybody else that I want to put on the 40-man? No, I only have 3 spots. I'll put Blackwelder on there. He's got a decent enough bat, and he's a good glove. Other than that, I don't really care. Yep. All right, let's go to the Rule 5. We're picking 19th. Only 2 star pitchers. That's kind of what we expect early on in these things. Mark Bradshaw looks like an okay outfielder, but one that would have no room on my roster. Danny Haynes, nope. All right, we're going to go ahead and pass on the Rule 5. Nobody there that interests me. All right, so I think that's going to be it for our offseason. Let's go ahead and sim to the end of the year, and we'll see if there are any more signings. I'm hopeful that we get to the preseason and our owner, you know, his newfound flexibility throws some money at us. All right, so what else do we have? Nick Rader, Keith Black. Signs with Kansas City at $300 last year. Estevan Lemus signs a long-term deal with Phoenix. So Phoenix spending a little bit of money here, signing a fragile center fielder from Kansas City. When he was healthy, he hit 326, 379, 446. He's now in Phoenix. Any big names left? Troy Rice and Russ Volpe. Russ is 40 years old. Troy Rice is 28. It's $29 million. Somebody will sign him. Somebody will sign him. Let's go ahead and just sim another couple weeks, and we'll take a look again. All right, so we signed Lou. It's a reasonable contract, I think. Free agents. Yes, we signed Lou. Was the last one we saw? There's Troy Rice signing with Juarez. A long-term deal with the Royals. He signs a 6-year, $157 million contract. That's 6 years at $26 million a year. He was, where is he? Previously with Quebec. Back-to-back home runs, back-to-back seasons of at least 28 home runs and 111 RBIs. Plays a very good second base. Looks like a pretty good signing for Juarez. Rob Durst, don't look all that good, but signs a $36 million contract. Ernesto Flores, 28-year-old, signs a 3-year deal with the Hops. Coming off a good half season with Denver last year, 9-4, 228. Ledford signs with Miami. He was 15-9 with Quebec a year ago. McKee, let's see what happens at preseason. Let's see what our owner, his lobotomy does to his what he's willing to give us. Yeah, he upped our budget from 114 to 120. And we're going to take every bit of that, and we are going to put it right here. So we're going to bump this to 6. We're going to bump this to 14. Bump this to 14. Why can't it go higher than that? Oh, the league maximum is 11. Interesting. Okay. So I guess we bump this to 9. So, again, revenue per game is up, even with the ticket price increase. So, puts us in pretty good shape. It'll only bump that to... Is that the highest the development budget can be? No. Our draft budget's $18 million. I don't know that that needs to be the case. Let's take this to 12. Let's bump this to 10. Is that the highest? Really? Player to 7.39 is the highest? That seems weird. This we need to bump up. That we definitely need to bump up. All right, so it saved us some money. Let's get up to spring training. Sorry about that. All right, so we're at spring training. So let's do a 6-man rotation. Let's put Jeremy Smith in there. Obviously, Heath Brace is our ace. Brace, Trogdon, Smith, Nuffer, Caballero, I guess, with Lou as our number 6 for now. We will let the AI set up the bullpen, the lineup, and we will just let the AI do its thing. And I am going to come back at the end of spring training. We will set our rosters, and we will play opening day. So once again, be right back. All right. We have to set our roster. We'll take a look at the preseason predictions and stuff, too, so we can see kind of who's expected to do what. Yeah, so we are ready to go. We have 20 pitchers. We got to send 6 down to the minors. So we'll start with Baugh, Lujan, Lopez, Egan, Cameron, Viejo. No, Viejo was actually pretty good. Francis Perez. All right. Oh, I got to send one more down. Okay, so I guess it's going to be Viejo. All right, so there is our 13-man pitching staff. Lou will start in the bullpen. We'll go Brace, Trogdon, Smith, Nuffer, Caballero. Fine with Adams as our closer. Rode and Vasquez work as our setup guys. Those are our 2 main guys out of the pen. Outhouse and Garcia's now healthy, so our middle relief should be pretty good. We'll use them both more often. We'll leave him as that 3rd middle reliever. Yeah, I'm good with that. Our pitching staff looks better than it has to date. So 32, we got to send 7 batters down. So we send Encalada, Gant, Rudman, Osorio, Blackwelder, and Glidewell to the minors. What does that leave us with? 26. All right. So our lineup now. Let's clear the lineups. Let's go batting ratings. And it's going to be same lineup. We're going to go Villegas. Sanzo's going to be our number 3. Soto's going to be our number 2. Although that contact now, well, I guess it's not fully developed according to this scout, who I don't really pay much attention to. Our number 4 hitter will be Mejia. Guzman will be our number 5, and our designated hitter, Price, will be our number 6 at short. McMahon, our number 7 at third. Oh, no, these guys, right, these, yeah, because Gilliam is our DH, right. Right. Gilliam is our DH. Villegas will play right field, and Guzman plays left. Correct, yeah, and we'll move him up there, and then Argules will bat 9th. Let's go ahead and set that. Sorry, hang on a second. All right. Again, I apologize. Let's copy that lineup. Let's paste. Do we want to make any changes to our lineup against... I think maybe... Yeah, I think we move Guzman up against lefties. Leave Mejia in the 5-hole, I suppose. Gilliam eventually is going to be our leadoff hitter once the eye develops, if the eye develops. we'll be good. We'll be able to move him up. Have an 80 batting eye guy in the leadoff spot. Oops, what did I do? Yep, so Soto'll start every day against righties. He'll start every third game against lefties. I'm fine with that. That gets McLean out there. Hunt needs to be our backup at every outfield position. All right, so let's look at preseason predictions, shall we? So in the Eastern Conference, the Clowns are expected to take the East with an 83-79 mark. The Silverhawks, 87-75, expected to take a step backwards, but still win the Gulf Division. And the Border Division looking to go once again to the Leon Beacons. All 4 teams in that division expected to finish over 500. Crenshaw expected to go 43-115 this year. No 20-game winners. And in the West, the Tritons expected to win the Northwest Division with an 88-74 mark. North Stars expected to go 95-67 this season and win the Rocky Mountain Division. And the Omaha Fire expected to go 94-68 and win their division yet again. So we got Sanzo and Villegas on there. Over here we got Brace, who's expected to win 16 games. If we look at the minor league system rankings, we are number 1. We've got Sandoval at number 7, Mendez at number 13. Our international guy last year, Tsuna Hayashi, is now the number 19 prospect in baseball. Trevino, Dave Trevino, who is almost ready to go. We got to call him up to Double-A. I don't want to rush him. No reason to rush him. Start him in Double-A. And Napoli's, our second baseman, is, I think, ready. I mean, the ratings suggest that he isn't, but his stats suggest that he is. So I think we just leave him in rookie ball for now. Let's let the AI do its thing with anybody we don't have locked down. Did it move? So Rudman is now, holy wow, okay. So Rudman got better. Yeah, he looks pretty damn good now, so he'll be up sooner rather than later. Where is... Okay, Trevino is in Double-A. Okay, good. Anybody ready to come up? Mendez pitched in rookie ball for us. He pitched in... Yeah, I mean, we'll call Mendez up just because he's 20. Same thing with Jason Anderson because he's 20. Same thing with Ryan Bradshaw because he's 20. Coronado. I don't know that these guys are actually ready, but they're 20, so it's time to give them a shot. Let's go ahead and sim to opening day. All right. So he thinks we should play better than 500 ball. I think we'll do that just fine. A lot of improvement from our guys, but again, I don't know how much of that is because our scouts kind of blah. I'm hoping we find a better scout next season, and we're able to find somebody who is who highly favors prospects, because the ones that we have right now, the one we have right now doesn't. He just favors prospects, doesn't highly favor prospects. So we are going to start Brace. Go with a strict order for now. I think we can take... Yeah, I want to leave the pitch counts on both Brace and Trogdon this season. They're both still young. I don't want to take any chances. Let's get a scouting report on Lou. Let's make him a reliever. All right. Let's get to opening day. Play this game against the Chicago Privateers. So they've got Danny Hahn batting leadoff, playing center. Justin Sansone batting second, playing left. Patrick Lawrence, 39 years old, playing first, batting third. Mike Shaw, the third baseman, bats cleanup. Alex Perez out in right field batting 5th. Terry Ziegler, the DH, batting 6th. Austin Cackle, the catcher, batting 7th. Mike Cole, second baseman, batting 8th. And Bill Sid, we were looking at in the offseason, comes on. He was 3-1 last year with Miami with a 2.81 ERA. For us, it's Villegas batting leadoff, playing right. Guillermo Soto batting second, playing second. Angelo Sanzo out in center field, batting third. Benito Mejia bats 4th as the first baseman. Guillermo Guzman bats 5th and left. Kevin Price, the all-glove shortstop, bats 6th and plays short. Troy Gilliam, the DH, batting 7th. Danny McMahon at 3rd, batting 8th. And Israel Argules bats 9th and does the catching for Heath Brace, the now 24-year-old, 13-5 a year ago with a 2.95 ERA. So let's get this thing started. Ground ball down the right field line by Danny Hans. It's going to be a leadoff double here to get this thing started. Sansone strikes out. Lawrence grounds back to the pitcher, 2 away. And Mike Shaw is going to get that down for a hit. So a couple of doubles here in the first inning off a brace get Chicago on the board. Perez hits a fly ball to right center field, and we're down 3-0. Just like that, Terry Ziegler grounds to short, and that will retire the side. But they score 3 in the first. Villegas against Sid is a strikeout. Guillermo Soto is a strikeout. And Angelo Sanzo is a strikeout. So, yeah, this game. Cackle now 1-2, ground ball to short, 1 away. Mike Cole with another hit. So that's 4 hits through an inning and a third against our ace. Escada strikes out and back up to the top of the order in Hahn, and he will fly out. So they don't score here in the second. We need some runs. Mejia leads off and walks. Guzman with a base hit to left, so the first 2 batters reach here in the second inning. Kevin Price ties it at 3 with an Oppo Taco. Kevin Price going the other way. 3-run home run, 420 feet, and we're all knotted at 3. Gilliam grounds out. McMahon, base hit to left. Argules into the 5-4-3 double play, but we tie it. Sansone grounds to second. Patrick Lawrence to left center field, and we're losing again. Opposite field home run, 4-3 Chicago. Shaw with another double, and they are teeing off on our young ace here on opening day. 6 hits, 4 runs in 2 1/3 innings. Alex Perez will hit a fly ball to left over the head of my left fielder. That's going to be another double. That's 5 runs now. That's a triple. Wonderful. Ziegler grounds to first, so it's 6 runs in 3 innings against Brace. 6 runs, 8 hits in 2 1/3 innings against our ace. He does not have it on opening day, and he is pulled after 2 1/3. So we go to the bottom of the third, down by 3. So we get 3 runs back and give it right back. Not great, not what you want to see on opening day, but it's just opening day. We go in order in the third. Hahn with a pop-up to left. There's a base hit. Six runs, 10 hits. Fly ball to left field. Sliding catch made out there and left. Stolen base for Chicago. And there's a ground out to first, so they don't score any runs in the top of the fourth. We're still down 3. They have 10 hits in 4 innings. That gets down for extra bases. A 1-out double for Guzman. Price walks this time. Gilliam walks. Bases are loaded for our third baseman, McMahon. He bloops a single to right center field. That will score 2. So 6-5 on the 2-run single by McMahon. That'll bring up now Argules. Draws a walk. Bases are loaded now for Villegas. He strikes out with the bases loaded. Soto strikes out with the bases loaded. That sucks. So we're down 6-5. Ground ball to first. 1 out. The 2-2 pitch to Ziegler. There's a strike. And the 3-2 pitch to Cockle. Ball 4. Cole now. He strikes out. So we go to the bottom of the 5th down by a run. With 3-4-5 up. Sanzo 6-3. Mejia rounds out 4-3. And Guzman fly out to center. So we go in order here in the 5th inning. 2-2 pitch to Escueda. Strike 3. Beagle now with his 3rd strikeout. Danny Hahn with a base hit to center. And pickoff throw to first, and that retires the side. No, it doesn't retire the side. That retires the side as Beagle strikes out the inning. Kevin Price has a 3-run homer and a walk. Flies out to right field here in the bottom of the 6th. Gilliam with a pop-up to right, 2 away. Gilliam with a 2-run, McMahon with a 2-run single his last time up, and he flies out to left here to end the 6th. We go to the 7th. Beagle's still out there. Strikes out Lawrence. Strikes out Shaw. And gets a ground ball there. So we go to the stretch down by a run. We got Argules up. He walked last time. Hits a fly ball to center here in the 1st. 1 away. Villegas. Ball 4. Soto with a fly out to right. So 2 away for Sanzo. And that retires the side in the 7th. So we're still down by a run. Ziegler grounds back to the pitcher. 1 out. Cackle. Pop out to right. And Cole. Ground back to the pitcher. So it's going to be an infield single, actually. Okay. He's going to steal second. No, Argules is going to nail him. So we go to the bottom of the 8th, down by a run. We only have 5 hits. We're hanging around. Roberto Cruz against Guzman. Another ground ball to the pitcher. And Kevin Price draws a walk. Troy Gilliam with a base hit to center. Sends Price to second. So 2 on, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th for Danny McMahon. McMahon pops up on the infield, and that retires the side. So we go to the 9th. Chad Adams comes in the 9th, our closer. Ground ball to short. 0-1 to Hahn. Ground ball to short. And Sansone. Ground ball to third. So we're going to go to the 9th. Down by a run. We got 9-1-2. Nick Burns comes in against Argules. And ground ball. It's going to be an infield hit, I think. Yep, infield single. Top of the order now in Villegas. He gets a single. So why they're not pinch running for Argules, I don't know. But he's at third base. So we have runners at the corners with nobody out in the bottom of the 9th. Soto comes up with the bases loaded. Grounds it through the drawn-in infield. And we tie it in the bottom of the 9th. We got runners at the corners with nobody out. And the big man, really, they brought in Sincota to pinch hit. Fly ball to center. Here comes the throw to the plate. And we walk it off in the bottom of the 9th as the North Stars come from behind. Trailing 3-0, trailing 6-3. We walk it off in the 9th. I don't understand pinch hitting Sincota for Sanzo, but it worked as we walk it off on opening day. Beagle and Outhouse were fantastic. 5 1/3 innings of 4 hits, 6 strikeout ball. Heath Brace struggled on opening day, but that is fine. And we win. We win opening day. So that is it. Guys, that is episode, whatever that is, 4 or 5. I hope you're enjoying it. It's not getting as many views as my national stuff is, but I'm still enjoying it. So as long as I'm enjoying it, I'm going to keep doing it. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know if there's anything you want me to take a look at, if there are any changes you want me to make, you want to add some more teams, anything like that, let me know. And we'll make this about the community. So if you want me to add any teams, let me know. I'll certainly do that in the upcoming season. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate the support as always. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.